Well, I've hit the go live button. I need to do the. There's
this time we're live. You haven't done the
Hang
title.
on a minute.
Hello.
I've got to put the titles up. They're around here. It's around here somewhere.
It is. Bum, 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 bum.
Is this it? Hang on. No, that's not it.
Ooh.
Here
No,
it is.
that's the music from This Is Your Life.
That's
What's
not
that?
it, is it? Hang on.
This is definitely it, though. Oh, no.
So much better.
And it's not the music from This Is Your Life. Good evening and welcome to London Film and Comic Con. My name is Dan. That was last week.
Good evening and welcome to East Kent Courts. Oh no, that's next week.
Good evening and welcome to James's birthday.
No, do you know whose birthday it is though today, everyone? A big happy 70th Let's Talk Trek birthday to our dear friend, the Hoff.
Hey!
David Hasselhoff is 70.
David
So
Hasselhoff.
it's funny because
70 years old.
it's been said to me many times that I am very much like the Hoff. It's just that he's a little bit. He's a little bit taller, granted. Okay, and he's got a bit more money. But apart from that, we're pretty much identical. So welcome to this week's Let's Talk Trek. First of all, let's say hello to everyone who's been kind enough to say hello to us. Gary, how you doing? Megan, I heard that someone found you and hugged you. Christoph, how you doing, buddy? Might get it right one day. I don't know what Gary's talking about there. Any clue there, James?
No, everything went.
Can't remember a day I've got it wrong. Chris, hey Chris, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Victoria, how you doing, my lovely?
Hello, Victoria.
Oh, look, I've just found the internet under my desk.
Oh, good. In fact, I've been looking for that.
You might explain why your picture quality is really good.
It's been demagnetized and everything.
Mark, what ho, false Carl? How you doing, buddy?
Spare Carl, not false
Has
Carl.
I got thy whippet? I rewatched that episode a short while ago. Mark, that episode we did from the hotel at the last Star Trek convention, Mark, you were brilliant. I think you were absolutely brilliant. It was fantastic. It really was great.
Even if you was a false prophet.
Richard, thanks. Hey, buddy. Nice to see you.
Despite the fact it was November, that hotel was sweltering hot, wasn't it?
That's because we were there. Now, April, how are you doing? So we haven't done this for a while. Normally because we normally have the same viewer every week. If you're a new viewer, I know for a fact that people have been watching the show quite frequently and they don't say hello in the comments. I have a friend who who is watching tonight, who always stays quiet. Look, it's quite simple. In the comments, just say hello. We'd like to say where you're from, your favorite show and your favorite character, and we'll tell you why you're wrong. It's just a quick hello. It'd be lovely to see if you could pop and say hello in the comments. It's always nice for new people. Estefania, how you doing? Fantastic for you to be here as always.
And we are this week as well going to take a bit of an extra spin on this and solve your life issues. So if you've got something in your life you'd like some advice on, we will offer advice free of charge.
Look at the panoply of experience that's available to you here, dear viewer.
We've got a sting for that. Are you ready?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Now, you know what I'm going to say, don't you, Richard?
No.
Where's the apostrophe?
Not everything can be resolved by punching a robotic woman in the face. However, if you do have something you would like us to help with,
punctuation, on the other hand, solves many problems.
punctuation does solve. It's the root of all evil, and it's the root of. Right, so, as a right, okay. So
Stefania, you should come on as our fourth wheel then.
Well, this is it, because I'm a socio-psychologist. So this is where you and I are going to clash, especially if you're Freudian. So
well,
okay.
Should we just run through what our particular fields of expertise are? So I'll go first. Yeah. I'm all about bare fist fighting and martial arts.
Yeah, I'm a lawyer and East Kent coroner.
Well, amazing. Apparently, I run a pub. I wanted to be an East Kent coroner. Guilty, 500 years. Right.
Actually, do you know what, chaps? I did want to bring this up this evening. I've had a particularly rough week, and I've had a very rough day today. And I know that something we like to talk about on this show is being in touch with your mental health, etc. The rest of it. I know that both of you have purchased guitars. How are you getting along with learning to play your guitars?
Well, I purchased my guitar on the eve of my 30th birthday, which puts it quite a few years ago. So it's not a recent purchase.
How many chords have you managed to learn?
One.
Okay, so you're and Dan, how are you doing with your guitar learning?
I've learned the power chord.
Just one.
I've set myself a challenge to learn a song. Unfortunately, I've chosen the most complicated song in the world.
No, but that's the right way to do it. You should pick a song you love and about that song. I've had a rough day today, and I just I couldn't get out of the hole. I grabbed my guitar, played it. Felt better within 2 minutes. Guys, if you're watching this, you're going through a rough time, pick up your guitar, play it. It makes you feel better. Even if you don't know how to play the guitar, pick it up and learn how to play it. It's fantastic. Music is food for the soul. Now, where were we? We're waiting for Dan to wake up and moderate, and for me to shut up.
Yes. So, long story short, I've been asleep. I went to sleep for about 5 o'clock this evening, and I woke up with 3 minutes to go to the show. So, I apologise. This is how I wake up in the mornings. So yeah, we are going with.
I hate waking up with bed hair.
We're going to offer free life advice today, because we've got a plethora of
plethora
between us, and we think we may as well use it. Right, so last week it was LFCC. I did pop on very briefly and talk about it. It was great fun. That was that. So we're now looking forward to our next event, which I believe is meeting up sometime around September. That's I think sort of one.
So James, if you can, I'll play the sting. This is.
Oh, no, hang on. No, because I'm too sober. Can we do booze reviews first, please?
Yeah, we can do booze reviews first.
Yes. Yes, good evening, dear viewer. Now, I've decided to mix something this evening in honor of Strange New Worlds. And one of my favorite characters in Strange New Worlds, apart from Pike's hair, is number one, whose full name we finally found out is now canon as Una Chin Riley. And that is the name of this evening's cocktail, for which you will need one portion of Romulan.
I really hope this cocktail involves dipping your chin into the glass.
So
it better do.
With the Romulan hooch. Here we go. Whoa.
James, did you go and steal that off a tramp on a street corner?
Yes.
Interestingly, I learned how to make hooch when I worked in Her Majesty's.
Then you will need, because she's Illyrian, your Illyrian cider.
I take it back. You went and robbed a 13-year-old standing outside a shop.
Did you actually go in and buy that, or did you send your butler?
Together. I kind of hoped it would go green. Oh.
Which it hasn't.
It's sort of got a lighter blue. So
let's add white to blue and hope it goes green.
What I'm going to add to it now then is Romulan crack cocaine.
Don't forget to dip your chin in it.
I can't wait to edit this and take the word Romulan out and just forward it to Her Majesty's Court Service and say a judge was saying I'm just going to add crack cocaine on a web chat the other night.
Listen to this. Can you hear that? Well, it's certainly different. Very refreshing.
How are you associating it to the character's name without dipping your chin in it?
Well, there's only one of it, and her name is Yuna.
Is it genetically enhanced?
Do you know, the best review I've ever heard of someone that wasn't overly keen on a drink was, it's wet.
It's fizzy. It's cracking away. Listen. Do you hear that?
We can hear it. We're just not overly thrilled.
Okay, well, that's this evening's booze review for you.
Thank you very much, James. Right. As Dan was saying...
That recipe, then.
As Dan was saying, there's no Destination Star Trek, unfortunately, this year. However, last year, we did arrange a get-together. And I was going to play the sting we have for it, but...
It's a sting.
We don't have it anymore. It looks like it's been deleted because it's too old. So, James, I think perhaps you should just tell us about it.
Well, I think it was around about September of last year. We arranged, we'll call it Rikercon, because we're the Riker's beard. But we secured a venue. We built our bridge. We invited people to come down and basically not pay anything to come in, but pay for their drinks and so forth at the bar. We had Gary O'Brien come and talk to us about his film, The Holy Core. We did a quiz. We just had a good time and hung out with people. And that's what we're going to do again. So we've got the same venue arranged. It's the Royal Oak Hotel in Ramsgate. It has the bonus for us of being free, which is why we're going with it in particular.
Also a fantastic hotel.
It is a fantastic hotel. They did a discount rate on the rooms. So if you wanted to stay there, you can book a room and hopefully they'll honour a similar arrangement. We'll speak to the landlord about that.
Yes, if you can mention that you're booking for, if you're going to book a suite at the hotel, please mention you're booking for the Star Trek get-together. We're going to arrange a discount on your booking for that. So
yes, we'll be able to swing that, I feel sure. But we'll see if we can't do a bit more this time. So we'll see if we can get some authors down. We'll see if we can get some other people who've done fan films and projects and similar, and have some more content. So basically, get what you pay for, which is you didn't pay anything last time.
Yeah.
Did you just spill Romulan on your computer?
Not on the computer, happily, just all over me.
Do you want to go and mop it up?
We had a lot of fun last time, and everyone who came, and literally everyone who came, everyone was asking if we would do another one. Honestly, we didn't think we would. It was good fun, but you know, as there's no Star Trek get together this year, we thought we'd offer it out there again and see if anyone wants to come. We're aware, of course, a lot of our viewers are from the States. I'm sure we can arrange like at least a 10% discount off the room if you were to fly over from the States to make it worth it.
I have some news about Rikercon, or whatever we're going to call it. I, unfortunately, will not be able to attend Rikercon until Saturday.
Well, it's going to be on a Saturday night, so...
Because Friday, I'm going to be going to Secret Cinema in London to watch Guardians of the Galaxy with our dear friend Raya.
That's got an awesome soundtrack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant soundtrack. Not Star Trek, but it is sci-fi, so sort of related.
Yeah, I've done Secret Cinema. It's brilliant fun every time.
Yes, I'm waiting to see what role I am assigned. So
quickly, up there, what dates for the Rikercon?
It's Saturday, the 1st of October.
Saturday, the 1st of October is the date to put in your diary. Saturday, the 1st of October at the Royal Oak Hotel. I would hold off booking a room just for the moment. We'll try and do a proper slide or sting for it next week, and we will arrange a discount for those that are coming to stay.
But basically, this is the date that the destination was and is now cancelled. So
Yes,
if
so
you have
hopefully
tickets for
everyone's
that,
free.
it's not happening. Come to us instead.
Yeah, it's going to be. It really was more of a hit than I thought it was going to be last year. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Everyone who came said how much they thoroughly enjoyed it as well. Certainly, I think we spent a lot of money behind the bar. The hotel manager was very happy.
And we didn't drunkenly fall into the harbour, which...
No, didn't drunkenly fall into the harbour. That does happen from time to time. You have to be a bit capable. A couple of chappies have drowned in there. So it is a good venue. It's reasonably close to Ramsgate Station. Bit of a walk. Probably best off getting a cab. But if you're coming from London, it is a very, very fast train from London to Ramsgate now. And then a very short, cheap cab journey if you have a case. The hotel is very nice. I'm not saying the hotel's pricey, but it's very nice.
If you've got a room in the venue, then you have no need to go anywhere else, do you?
Yeah. So it's really nothing like what you'd be spending in London hotels. And yeah, we'd quite like if anyone has any ideas for content. I mean, last time we did a quiz, we had Gary O'Brien do a screening of his film and do a Q&A and a couple other bits and pieces. If anyone's got any ideas what we do, I actually have an idea I'm going to run past you guys once the show's gone.
Approved.
Okay.
Not Naked Tuesday again.
Wow, the show's on a Saturday.
Well, look, if anyone wants to volunteer to do some content, let us know, because we're quite happy to sit there and stand at the bar.
Yes, no vogue on poetry. Aside from that, though, yes, Gary's local. He came along last time, and he said it was a good evening's entertainment. I mean,
we can get Gary. We can get our good friend Adam Dolphin and perhaps David Timbrell Clark. We can get the three of them into a 3D print-off.
Okay.
Well, all of them make very effective, very classy 3D printed props.
Yeah, but
let's have a competition.
James. So when you set a 3D print something, it's not. Well, yes, it is like televised chess. I mean, it's not a spectator. You don't have one person set up a machine, another one set up a machine, and have them go at it. No, they're not.
James, it's not like pressing print in the office. It doesn't just like pop out. It's like pop, and there's your printer.
Hi, it looks like you're printing.
Seen that meme that says "Raised against the machine" was never specified what machine it was, but we bet it was a printer.
Right. Yes, okay. So I would like
to jam in cartridge area.
Okay. So we're going to do some actual proper.
What host, Stephen?
Proper bit now on the show, so I'm going to interrupt this.
We're going to proper.
No, well, this is important. We're going to run a government-endorsed safety warning.
Oh,
is it my one that I did?
No, it is not. So, you may be aware that tomorrow and the day after, in the United Kingdom, the government have enforced a extreme weather warning for heat. It's going to be very hot.
So
they simply issued it.
Well, if you are ginger or you know a ginger person such as Carl
or a Scotsman,
you're going to have to check on them. You're going to have to make sure they stay out of the sun, they stay hydrated. This is a genuine thing. The cinema chain View are offering
artist rendition of what it might look like tomorrow.
This is a real thing. The cinema chain View are doing free cinema tickets for ginger people during the heat wave to get them out. No, seriously, they are. They're doing free cinema tickets for ginger people to get them out of the sun during the day.
Victoria, you're ginger, aren't you? Vicky, come on, you're
work and stay indoors. I mean, is that a problem?
Vicky Tit.
Yes.
Vicky Tit's not ginger, is she?
Oh, no, she can be now.
But yes, they are offering free cinema tickets for those that are ginger to get them out of the sun. which I think is a fantastic idea. So please do chat on your ginger friends.
Perhaps for Rikercon, we could all become gingers.
Oh, look, I've just done my hair now.
Well, maybe. Yes, so it is going to be very, very hot in the United Kingdom.
Incest.
It's going to be very, 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 very hot in the United Kingdom, apparently. If the rest of the world, it's going to be what it normally is for you guys, okay? But over here, we're not prepared for cold. We're not prepared for heat. We're not prepared for rain.
Has Her Majesty said that all bowler hats must be removed?
I love it when I'm in court and it's really hot and I get to say, gentlemen, you may remove your jackets.
Normally, when I say that to someone, it's because I'm going to take them outside and fight them.
Let's have a look. Oh, apparently there's a heat warning in Germany also. There we go.
It's summer. It's hot. Don't be like. Actually, a genuine thing today. I sneaked down the beach for a quick paddle, and literally midday, the amount of, and excuse me, but dickheads that were on the beach with their dogs. Come on, right? Not on. Seriously, not cool, right? I know that not everyone's. There's just not an excuse for it. You know, when the sun's out midday and it's flipping hot, do not take your dog to the beach, out anywhere. You know, they've got a massive fur jacket they can't take off. Leave your damn dog at home, leave it in the shade. It will just sleep and be happy. Do not take your dog out in this heat. It's fucking stupid. You gave me the arsehole.
Well, if we're going to talk about not leaving things out with dogs, also, if you take your dog out in the vehicle, do not leave it with the window shut and leave your animal in the vehicle. That is ridiculous. If you do, you deserve to be assimilated by the ball.
And I saw a family. I saw a family at the beach today that had gone down. And I'm not joking this. They had a ginger person with them. Right. You know, midday sun, no shade. Yeah, I mean, granted, she had a hat on, but it's just don't do it. It's not funny, it's not clever. Yeah, this is the thing. I learned about this when I was in Italy, funny enough. It's a massive cultural difference where you get to kick your children to your grandparents' home for most of the summer. This is what they do in Italy when it's hot. They send the children to go and live with their grandparents over the summer, which sounds fantastic to me.
I thought they sent them all to Broadstairs, where they are under my feet, walking 20 abreast down the high street.
And they give them the bright yellow "Let's Go" rucksack, so all the locals know who to rob. It's great.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. While we're talking about things that were hot, I thought now I was a little bit more awake, we could have a natter about last weekend because that was also quite warm.
It was very warm, and somebody chose to wear a waistcoat.
It was quite warm. Yes. I did wear a waistcoat, it's very true. You know, all the more special for Marina Sirtis to ignore me.
Yes, she certainly took the view that she was in charge of that panel, didn't she, Dan?
She did. When
she turned up 10 minutes late to it, she took over.
Yes.
It is possible that Marina Sirtis is aware that you and I are friends, and she took out some of her anger to me towards you, Dan. So I apologize.
Because you wouldn't sleep with her, of course.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Probably is. Yeah.
So in the comments, if you were at LFCC and you saw Dan, give him a big thumbs up.
Did a massively good job.
I did make some on the, I think it was Sunday. Is it Sunday? It's a Sunday at Back to the Future Talks.
Yes.
I made some small kids' day on Sunday. Did I tell you about it?
You mentioned it. You said you got him up on the stage.
I got him on the stage and tried to get his picture taken. Poor little kid.
Well, you can only do that a few times, and lovely that you lavished that gift upon him.
Yes, it was. Bless him. I've tried looking to see if his picture's gone up on Facebook, but they haven't. Which is, but yes, poor little mine. So yeah, all things are good with that. I believe I'm probably going to get him right back, which is nice. My favourite question on that panel was somebody that stood up and asked the cast from Back to the Future, have you ever heard of the band McFly? McFly is the same noise as the surname of Marty McFly. What's your favorite McFly track? And it's just like, okay, these are all now getting into their 70s. I'll be honest, they don't really know McFly, if I'm honest.
Well, actually, isn't McFly about 20 years old now, Dan? It's not a new thing.
Who are McFly? Sorry.
They're a popular music group, my lord.
Well, we're not all disc jockeys. We can't be aware of every new fad that comes along. I remember that inane caterwauling of the Beatles. Good Lord.
You say that? I got asked for Withering Heights last night in work.
Well, Kate Bush is very much back in vogue, isn't she?
Because you sure that wasn't a chat-up line, Dan?
Yeah, I'm very sure.
Can you give me Wuthering Heights? Damn right I can, love you.
Well, let's see what this does.
Let's get your Kate Bush out. Right.
Oh no, Dan, we've turned into Let's Talk Trek Noir.
It's not gone 9 o'clock. Oh, it is gone 9 o'clock. Are we?
Oh, in that case, then.
Please be aware that the following program contains scenes which may not be suitable for younger children. Some parental discretion is advised.
That's not the right one still. That's not the one I did, is it?
Let's have a look. Kate Bush, Top Gun, Russian villains, it all comes back.
So this is an interesting theory I've got on the next Bond film. I think the next Bond film is going to be set in the 60s. I think they're going to go retro with it. I really do.
Yes, I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
Well, they've got to because they bloody killed Bond off, didn't they?
Well, don't let canon get in the way of a good story.
Spoilers!
Oh, yeah. Oops.
Right. We've got to talk about... Look,
possible spoiler there.
We're almost halfway this... We're not talking about Star Trek yet, so... we've got a problem here whereby we need to talk about Strange New Worlds and Dan hasn't seen it.
Just talk about it. I'll catch you later.
Well, it is probably, in my humble opinion, the finest episode of Star Trek ever.
So
that's my view. Does anyone dare to disagree with me?
I'll tell you what. While you two talk about it, I will disappear and I won't issue an input. So I will press this and I will...
Oh, looks like we're in the titles of Dynasty there.
So I watched the penultimate, the ultimate,
the final one,
the final Strange New Worlds, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But we're going to have some balance here, so I'm going to have to say what I didn't like about it. Okay.
Was it the guy who played Kirk?
Yeah, it was the guy who played Kirk. He was like a bit of a weak
guy.
He was a good enough actor, but he just didn't look the part. He looked like a weasel.
He wasn't Kirk, was he?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. Good,
he did a fine job, but he wasn't Kirk.
I think the problem is that I forget his name. And the chap they got playing Spock is so good.
Ethan Peck.
Ethan Peck is so good that they really had to, and they didn't. Is the issue I have.
Yeah, so hands up in the comments if you think that they should have approached, say, Vic Mignogno or Mignola, however you pronounce it, from Star Trek Continued.
No, he's been a bit, yeah.
Or Chris Pine from the heretical J.J. Abrams films.
Whatever you think about the films, he played an amazing Kirk. He was incredible as Kirk, Chris Pine.
He was good as Kirk, yeah.
Yeah. That aside, I think it was probably one of the best episodes of Star Trek I've ever seen. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It was magnificent. It really was.
We had a proper Star Trek plot. We had brilliant interaction between Starfleet's two greatest captains, if you exclude Picard. You had fantastic effects, fantastic scripts, superb acting.
Everything about it
was an old classic episode. Brilliant.
Yeah, it was. And the chap that played the Romulan commander, goodness, he's definitely watched Mark Leonard. He had all his mannerisms, everything. He'd done his homework. It was just, it was a joy to watch from start to finish. There's no if or but about it. I mean, I was absolutely delighted. And then I saw, probably 2 days later, I then saw, I think, one of the best episodes of Star Trek I've ever seen, and that's episode 5 of this season's The Orville, A Tale of Two Topers. Have either of you guys seen the episode yet?
No, I'm still I'm rewatching season 2, so I can go afresh into season 3 as it's been so long since the Orville was on.
I mean, I ummed and ahed about how much I'll talk about this on the show because we're Let's Talk Trek. But I mean, let's face it.
The Orville is Trek, isn't it? It's a love letter to Trek.
The Orville is Trek. Galaxy Quest is Trek. We assume that as a law on this show. As you know, on this show, I'm not the biggest fan of Star Trek Discovery for reasons I won't go over again and again and again. But if you want to know what I don't like about Discovery, watch The Orville, episode 5, A Tale of Two Topers, and see representation done properly. Not like a shit sandwich someone's trying to shove down your throat. Okay, see it done properly, written and acted incredibly. The episode brought me to tears, and I wouldn't normally admit this. It actually brought me to tears just how freaking good it was. It was incredible, and it reminded me of why Star Trek is so good and why Discovery is absolutely spoiling it. It's fantastic. Get out there and watch it. You'll love it. You'll enjoy it. And hopefully it will enlighten you and make you fall in love with Star Trek again, even though technically it's not Star Trek.
Do you know, I saw a poster for the next Star Wars series coming out, Star Wars Andor, which is coming up in about 2 months' time. And I thought, what again? What a time to be a sci-fi fan. We are absolutely being spoiled by the amount of quality content coming at us regularly. We've gone a whole year now with a new episode of Trek every week, even if you include Discovery.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch the next season of Discovery myself.
You think of I mean, I know we are Let's Talk Trek, and I'm just going to start reeling them off, and feel free to throw some in. We have, in the next 12 months, got new Star Trek. We've got new Star Wars. We've got new Halo. We've got new Orville that's current. And then apparently the next season's in the hands of Disney, if you believe.
This season of the Orville's
absolutely it's going to be regenerated to be good again.
I'm not sure I'm watching Doctor Who.
Him that created the Orville, what's his name?
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane said that it's down to Disney whether this is going to be a season 4, but they've spent enough.
I'll be gobsmacked if they don't. This season's been incredible. It's been absolutely
there
amazing.
was new Who on the way, apparently.
With David Tennant back.
I watched the special. If the David Tennant's in it, I watched the special. But other than that, I'm fed up of being let down by Doctor Who.
No. When the Whittaker incarnation disappears, that's the point. I think I'll go back to rewatching it and hope that they've fixed it.
Well, I think I keep watching episodes of Discovery thinking it'll get better, and it doesn't. I keep watching more episodes of.
But James is right. It is an amazing time to be into sci-fi at the moment. There is just so much good sci-fi.
Well, we've had years and years with next to nothing.
Yeah, there's Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is due at some point.
They've done another one, have they? I didn't like the second one.
Which I can only assume means it'll have another amazing soundtrack.
Kurt Russell was in the second one. He was good in that.
There's rumours that there's a Quantum Leap series eventually coming. There's rumours
that rumours. It's fact. It's due out in September.
There's rumours that Stargate is being reproduced as a 3-part movie.
What have you heard about that, Dan? I love Stargate. Richard is a huge fan of Stargate. You see one above me. There.
I've seen the Stargate, the first film.
SG-1's brilliant.
All I know is that apparently it's going to get released again as a 3-part movie series. So.
I mean, the problem is as you guys know, I'm a very keen amateur Egyptologist, so I love watching stuff like that and picking out the inaccuracies. And when I watched the Stargate film, in actual fact, they got it pretty much everything right. They got it all spot on.
Apart from the fact that there was a Stargate in Giza.
Apart from the fact that there was a spaceship and aliens running Egypt, which obviously is not true. But other than that, they got everything right, which was really cool. Is the TV series based around Egypt and stuff?
Well, no. You see, the Stargate was buried by the ancient Egyptians, which is how they rediscover it in SG-1. sorry, in the film that you've seen in SG-1, they kind of riff off the film and carry on with Stargate Command now realizing there's a whole network of gates, not just 2 points that you can travel between.
Good God. At the start of this show, we said if anyone's got a life thing they need some advice on, please throw it in there and we'll give them advice on it. Someone's put something up.
What?
We've completely missed it. There we go. James, if you can field this one.
This.
Yeah. So do you mix that with formula or breast milk?
Well, it depends on the age of the child, but assuming the child is, say, 2 or 3 years old and no longer on the bottle, I would just dab it on the lips.
Or just dab it straight on the lips?
Straight on the lips or on the gums.
All right, okay. Good advice there.
Excellent. Well, yeah, I mean, anyone else got any questions for us? We're doing just general life advice tonight. There must be somebody with general life questions.
That's one thing I think we should totally do at Rikercon, by the way. I think we should do a university challenge. I mean, let's talk Trek against the Trekkie girls. That's bound to work.
Yeah, but let's be honest, this show is more universally challenged than university challenged.
We could steal that from the SF Ball.
James.
We could do universally challenged.
James, we would lose.
Doesn't matter. It's the taking part that counts. That's what all losers say. Look at your face.
I'm not
James, can I ask you a really awkward question?
Go on.
Who's your favourite Trekkie girl, and why?
Well, it depends which one is asking me for any help with something.
I can answer that one for you if you like. I've got no problems answering that. Yes, my favourite Trekkie girl is Carol.
And why?
I enjoy Carol the most. I enjoy Carol the most because because the first time I met the Trekkie girls, Carol, because I was taking photos and doing filming and stuff for Riker's Beard and bits and pieces, and I Carol noticed that I was kind of not interacting too much because I was trying to get pictures and videos and stuff and all the rest of it. So she made the time to come and introduce herself and speak to me and ask my name and all the rest of it. She actually made the effort, in not a romantic way, just in like a you're obviously not getting a chance to speak to too many people because you're taking pictures and doing videos and bits and pieces. So she made the effort to come and speak to me, and I thought, oh gosh, you're a lovely little person, aren't you? Ever so sweet, I mean, as it was, I was a bit like brusque with her because she was in the way. I was trying to get on with shit. But the point is, she made the effort, and I was, yeah, and I very much appreciated that. And that's
aren't the Trekkie girls great ambassadors for geekdom?
Yes, they absolutely are. Yeah, I mean, have you seen them sink a jug of Margarita?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I've seen. I've seen James pay for a jug of Margarita and not get any.
Do you remember when I got a free jug of Margarita because I made a complaint to the hotel?
Yes, I do remember that. Although the complaint was you've run out of margaritas, and then to placate you, they gave us a jug of margaritas. And I'm thinking that can't be a margarita. What have they? It's going to be like an antifreeze or something.
That was another example of we went to a convention, we're in a hotel bar, even though it was the middle of the winter and it was roasting hot.
Again, we were there.
What is it with these places? Can't you open a freaking window?
I'm so glad that we're not at a convention this week because it would just be too hot.
In the Riker's Beard convention at the Atlantis this year, you definitely won't be able to open a window, will you, James?
We're below sea level, though. So
we're below sea level. We generally are below sea level, so not going to be possible.
But I must admit, chaps, I'm very excited at the prospect of us doing another Rikercon just because it was so much fun. And also, we don't have to travel anywhere.
Yeah, well, I'm actually thinking I might book a suite in the hotel.
Should we stay in the hotel just for a laugh?
I think I might, just so I don't have the hassle of getting a cab home. I think I might stay in the hotel anyway, and enjoy the facilities. Although There's not a spa, is there? Oh, but no, it means we could all go for breakfast together.
So I have just had a question sent to me, but not on the direct normal channels. It's actually from my friend Ian. So I'm going to read it out. He says, quick question for you, buddy. Do you know if all the episodes of Strange New Worlds have been put onto Paramount Plus UK yet for UK viewers?
No, they haven't.
No.
I don't know because I won't subscribe to
States.
those money-grabbing gits.
Yes, unfortunately not yet. I'm sorry, Ian. So
The answer is no.
the answer is no.
However, if you jump aboard Plex Airways, you can view the penultimate and the final episode.
I'll finish off this sentence. He puts, the reason being that I'm looking to rip them online in the 7-day free trial. So
Fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're not there yet, is the short answer. And
Has anyone found anything worth watching on Paramount Plus apart from Star Trek and Halo? I mean,
they're spending a lot on advertising, aren't they?
I've not seen a single thing I've thought, oh yes, I'll subscribe to that for. Not a thing. Apart from Star Trek, which isn't all on there anyway. So what's the point?
let's have a look. Richard says, why don't you play your guitar to send the child to sleep?
It's a good idea, James. Have you got your guitar handy?
Well, I only know one chord, but I could read them this.
Okay.
I mean, that puts me to sleep, and I'm supposed to be an expert in that.
I'm prepared to send the child to sleep. I can do that.
Well, can you play the chord of G?
Sleep, child, sleep, sleep, child, sleep, sleep, child, sleep.
Wow.
Wow.
And that's art.
I had to turn the speaker down there so you didn't wake my child up.
I'm sorry, I'll be right back.
Oh, he's gone. Right. Okay. Is in the making, yes. So peeps who want to come to Rikercon, tell us what you'd like to see. Oh, sorry, Vicky.
Sorry, Victoria.
You know where Dan lives.
James, have you watched a program called Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, without doubt, has the finest theme tune of this decade.
There's an episode of that where Jake is interrogating somebody, and his interrogation technique is to play the guitar very similar.
There's a lot of memes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. There's a crossover episode with the sitcom New Girl, where Jake Peralta meets Zoe Deschanel's character, and they things like, name 5 ships out of Star Trek, and she says the Enterprise.
Yeah.
And he goes, that's on me. I set the bar too low.
Oh, yes. Well, you see, I've been practicing my guitar making.
Well, it was certainly something.
I'm almost good enough to become a busker, I think.
You could certainly be in the Proclaimers.
I'm practicing especially for Folk Week. I'm going to come down for Folk Week and perform outside your legal practice.
I make complaints every year to the noise abatement people about that.
I might even get some bells and put them on my feet.
He tests me. He tests me.
Right. So, as well as Rikercon in September, and as Richard's not here, so we can sort of agree to anything at this point.
We could call it Riker's Balls.
We could call it Riker's Ball. That's yes. We could. We can at this point, because Richard's not here, agree to any plan, and Richard's agreed to it because he was on the call when we said so. So as long as Richard's on the call when we say it, then he agreed to it. That's the rule.
Helicopter.
Oh. Dan, I'm thinking we could possibly do in the winter.
This is something I thought of. Someone's put here lots of photo opportunities in your bridge set, please. I was thinking we could put a camera up and do like a semi-professional just photo setup for people on the bridge. People come down. Don't worry about bringing your own camera or doing shaky camera phone shots. We'll do some proper pictures. We did that at a convention once, didn't we, James? It was very popular.
Yes, we did. We offered to email the pictures to people. It was a pain in the neck doing it. But I mean, frankly, we just let you play on it anyway last time.
And if you're a content creator and you'd like to use the bridge, get in touch. I'm sure we can arrange for that to happen as well.
Yeah, we had
a film. We'll have it up for a while, yeah.
There were a couple of models.
We used the word content creator.
Yeah, there are a couple of models that were quite happy to have their.
Okay, the model. I was trying to get us past that one. But...
Oh, right. Yeah.
Content creator.
Yeah, if you want to get your jugs out on the bridge and have me take a few snaps, it's fine.
Okay, Richard. Yeah.
It was very popular for that last time. I'm just saying.
Right. So I'm thinking we could potentially. I'm thinking London.
No, it's in Ramsgate.
German Beer Festival.
I do love about the Germans. It's their love of beer and sausages.
Yes. You don't see a good German beer festival as a Star Trek holodeck episode, do you? It's always the war. It's never the German bratwurst and beer episode. You know what I mean?
Well, it would hardly be entertaining, would it?
Counselor. I've been attacked by a German sausage. It could be an entertaining episode.
Well, what we'll do is we'll write to the people who make Discovery, because they'll take any plot ideas and suggest it to them.
Oh, good point.
Not sure what you're referring to there, Estefania, but I completely agree.
A German sausage and beer holodeck episode would be amazing. That's what she's agreeing to.
Ich bin Dr. Eisenbart. Boom, boom, boom. I'll have to dig out my German songs book.
Well, this sort of takes us back to the top of the show with David Hasselhoff.
Yes.
Yes, who single-handedly tore down the Berlin Wall with his music.
Yes, because people were so desperate to get away from it, they ripped down the wall to flee away.
Steady.
Haven't one of you two seen the Hoff live?
Yes.
James is a close personal friend of his.
Live concert, and I booked seats A1, 2, and 3. So we were sitting right in the front row, and he was gyrating away in front of us. And as a result of that evening, I've actually got the Hoff's beach ball.
Hold on, so you got the Hoff's DNA?
Possibly.
I doubt he inflated it himself. He probably had his Passepartout do it.
I mean, I did hit him with the ball at one point, because we were throwing these balls on and off the stage, and I managed to hit him and bounce it off. So
contact DNA. So we could potentially have a Hoff for the DNA pool.
Currently, we've got Anson Mount. Mm-hmm. We've got Carol from Trekkie Girls, and we've got Emily Coots.
Yeah.
How much DNA did you bring me back?
Where's that gone?
How much DNA did you bring me back from London Film and Comic Con, Dan?
Well, I got you a handshake off Connor Trier, but I have washed my hands.
Where's the DNA? I held down Anson Mount in a toilet to get his DNA. I literally wouldn't let him exit the cubicle.
And that's why I've been invited to do hosting and you haven't.
Well, yeah, you say that, but they have asked me to come back and freshen up for the ladies.
Well, dear viewer, if you'd like to see us hosting at any events, do feel free to contact our agent.
Hello.
You can trust us to do a professional job.
Oh, God.
Like this.
Do you know who the most professional person I saw was?
James.
Was it Tony Lee?
No, it was not Tony Lee. Tony Lee was very unprofessional. He was a seller of books who kept giving them away. So...
True. I've got one of his books here somewhere.
The most professional person I saw was stuck on the sales desk answering 1,000 inquiries about cancelled guests and things. And it was our very, very own, very
Megan,
who was getting absolutely bombarded on the sales and inquiry desk. Yes. Poor. Anne-Marie.
What?
I'm not entirely certain what to make of that, Anne-Marie, other than you're probably
This
right.
Aperol.
I wonder how
Very
much
nice.
Anne-Marie might have the right idea. I wonder how much a slushy machine is.
Actually, I make a marvelous. Next time you're down, Dan, get me to make you one of my world famous gin and tonic slushies. I do.
Oh, you know what goes well in a slushy? Strongbow dark fruits.
Gin and tonic slushy is what I make. The trick is to leave the peel on.
Okay. Just looking.
The trick is the measures of gin.
Okay, so a slushy machine is.
We use a measure. Ha, amateur.
Let's
One
talk.
bottle.
Okay, so Let's Talk Trek consumer advice program that we seem to also run.
Eaglemoss. Should we talk about Eaglemoss?
£44.
But no, hang on. That doesn't actually refrigerate it, does it? Is that the thing that just mixes it up and you have to put it in cold to start with?
It's just silly. That's just a blender, isn't it? Yeah.
You want a machine essentially that does everything and keeps it cool, don't you?
Yeah, it's got to keep it cool. Otherwise, a warm slushy is just like a liquid.
It's not a slushy, is it?
It's not a slushy at all. It's just like a slushy that's melted.
I'm quite tempted by
It's like a standard gin and tonic that with water in.
99.
So those of you who come down to Rikercon, perhaps on the Friday night, we'll take you for a pub crawl, but we'll insist you wear fancy dress. But we will tell you we'll join you, and then we won't, and we'll make you wander around in fancy dress.
We're all going dressed as the three amigos.
Okay, so yes, let's talk about Eaglemoss. Our friend.
Yes. Hang on, where's the piece of music, Dan? Play the music.
Ba, 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 ba.
No, that's not the piece. Oh, I'll find it for you, honestly.
I told you I hadn't prepped anything.
I sent you a message. Hang on.
All right, I've got the sting for it. Give me a second.
That always makes me chuckle because it was really cold.
Right, so there you go. That's our Eaglemoss introduction theme. So, James, I'd like to talk to you about Eaglemoss, if I can.
Okay, right, that's enough of that. So, are you being served? Well, the short answer is, if you now want a mail-on freighter, you'll have to go to eBay, because Eaglemoss, who produced the Starships collection, and
including the mail on freighter, but not limited to
Artworks collections, this week went into administration, which in simple terms means they've gone bust. And they are in the process of appointing an administrator whose job will, of course, be to try and collect in as much money as they are owed to their creditors and see if the business can be restructured and saved. So if you're one of the many punters who are signed up to things like build the Enterprise D, build the DeLorean, build the Ecto 1, make yourself your own Spitfire, and of course, Anson Mount's hair, then you will be anxious to know whether there's going to be a chance to finish your Partworks project.
I was on strand 32. I was on strand 32 of Anson Mount's hair. So where do I stand?
Well,
you've only got the left parting.
I have a question. Could potentially the business be saved in 96 installments, with the first installment being only £2.99.
Well, it could be. See, the reality is, presumably, they've got the designs and the patents and the tooling to make all of these kits. So, Build the Enterprise D is halfway through. Someone somewhere will have been contracted to manufacture it, probably in China.
James, you've made an assumption there that they started it with the intention of finishing it.
Well, you'd have at least a work. Well, we know they've got a working prototype because Thee and me have seen it.
Did they only do Hope to halfway, and then they just got 2 half kits and made a full one so that to entice everybody in?
If you started with the battle section first, you can meet someone who did the saucer section, and between you can make one ship. No, I don't know. I mean, that's the reality.
You're not ringing a car from the 80s, James. You don't find someone that's crashed a back end.
I think the key thing to take away from this is if you do own a mail-on freighter,
as I do, look at that.
Put it back in its box. Keep it safe because no one else is going to be able to get one.
Don't spray it gold.
There's only one gold
Eaglemoss product out there. So Richard and I, Dan and I were looking at a stall on Saturday last week where they were selling Eaglemoss products, and they were Discovery ones. And I saw a very nice model of the Enterprise, but because it was branded up Discovery, I didn't want it.
Yeah, that's probably what folded them doing all the Discovery crap, wasn't it?
Well, I'm very glad actually that I managed to get hold of our friends from Eaglemoss for the Advent calendar last year.
Yes. Well, have you got their name so we can ask someone if they'd like to come on and tell us what's going on with the business and what information they've got for their punters?
Unfortunately, the email address I've had no longer accepts emails. So,
well, if you are watching from Eaglemoss, as sad as we are that we might not finish building our little starships, we're very sad if you find yourself out of a job. So, good luck.
Well, we're very sad because you've created a lot of very good quality product over the last few years.
Including and not limited to the mail-on freighter.
Yes, it's a tremendous shame that the company is gone.
Yeah.
Yes, let's blame them Star Wars people because, the build-it-yourself Death Star was obviously the one that killed them off.
Wouldn't that be a really boring build? I mean, it's just a big ball with one feature on it.
Now, I've got a song for tonight.
Oh God! I mean, yay!
No, it's not a hymn. Okay, and I thought,
my Lord,
I thought to myself, well, look, I'll do a song tonight, and then I thought, well, let's make it a little more entertaining. So I've got 3 songs open here. You can either have My Hero by the Foo Fighters. You can have Penny Lane by the Beatles.
Ugh.
You can have Everybody Needs Somebody by the Blues Brothers. Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones. Or The Three Amigos by John Landis. So
there's only one answer to that, don't you?
No. But this is the thing. We're gonna play the random chance of fate. So I've assigned each of them a random number. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So all you have to do is pick a number, and that's the one I'll play. So in the viewers, whichever number you pick first, that's the one I'm going to play.
So the viewers need to choose between 1 and 6.
Yeah.
Choose now.
Choose your choose. If you choose number, you choose between 1 and 6.
Betting begin.
Well, we've got a number of guesses going from 1 all the way up to 15 there, curiously.
Oh, Estefania's gone for Blue Shadows. That wasn't a choice. It is a really good song. I've got it. Was it? Right. So Gary's gone for 15.
I think that's him 3D printing something.
Right. What number? So right, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think what Gary's saying is he wants 1 to 5.
He wants all of them. Well, you're in for a treat.
Welcome to the Richard
You've got
album.
every number represented there apart from 6. Was it up to 5 you had, or was there a 6?
It was up to 5.
Well, there you go. Every number's been represented, so there you go.
1,
Okay, well,
5, 2, 4, 1. There was 2 1s.
there are 2 1s. Okay.
Yeah, but both of those are the same person.
Oh, are they? So we don't have consensus. Okay. We do need consensus.
1 vote. Anyone, just put a number now.
2.
If it's the Blues Brothers one, then I'm going to need some help.
Victoria says go for 3.
That's the Blues Brothers one. Right. Okay. So I take it you guys all know the spoken word bits to the Blues Brothers song. Everybody needs somebody, yeah. When they're in the hotel ballroom and the police are there, yeah.
Yeah.
There's still some things that make us all the same. You, me, them, everyone.
We're not singing it.
We're so glad to see so many of you over here tonight. And we'd especially like to thank and welcome all the representatives of the Illinois law enforcement community who chose to join us in the Hotel Plaza Forum at this time. We certainly hope you all enjoy the show. And remember, people, no matter who you are and what you do to live, thrive, and survive, there's still some
things that make us all the same.
You, me,
them,
everybody.
everybody.
Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody love.
To love.
Some love.
Someone to love.
Without a miss.
Without a miss.
Sugar kiss.
Sugar the kiss.
Why need you? Why need you? I need you in the morning. I need you when my soul's on fire. Sometimes I feel a little like inside. When I did mistress me, I never had a feeling how I need you. Oh, I need you. You. Sometimes I feel a little sad inside. When they mistreats me, never feel how I need you. You know, people, when you find that special somebody, you gotta hold that man, hold that woman, love him, please him, squeeze her, signify your feelings with every gentle caress, because it's so important to have that special somebody to hold, kiss, miss, squeeze, please. Oh my. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody love. Someone love. Sugar in the miss, sweet a kiss. Oh, I need you. Oh, I need you. I need you in the morning. I need you when my soul's on fire. Sometimes I feel a little sad inside. I need you. Oh, 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 I need you. That's perfect.
So I get told off for my guitar singing for waking up the children, but James can play his French horn.
James has got the horn.
James most decidedly can't play the French horn.
James, I never even knew you had the horn.
It's a French horn.
Could you hold your horn up again? Is it a proper working one?
Well, I mean, amongst other things, one of these little buttons on it fell off while I was playing it, so no, it doesn't work very well.
What key is a French horn in? I don't know nothing about wind instruments. It must be, what's it, a C major?
James, you need to spray your French horn blue.
This is Claire's French horn that I bought her as a Christmas present one year. And
Didn't. How are you still married? The fuck?
So you gave your wife the horn. How's he still married? Because she realizes it would be very expensive to divorce him. Claire, if you can't escape and you are a prisoner, blink twice now.
Who would like to hear that song sung properly?
We could do a club version of.
Damn it! I knew there was something I had to tell you. Richard Gibson.
Yes.
Tim Russ plays a Gibson.
Oh, he plays a Gibson. That doesn't surprise me. It's if anyone who's watching is a guitar aficionado, if you're a snob like me, then you'll only play Gibsons. If you've got any ounce of sense, you'll buy an Epiphone instead. I own 2 Gibsons because I'm an idiot. Doesn't surprise me that Tim Russ also plays Gibsons because he's probably got more money than sense.
Well, he also likes radio telescopes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And how loud, the other question that I wanted you to ask him, how loud?
How loud? Didn't get around to that question, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
We're out of time. Thank you for watching, boys and girls. That's been amazing. So all that's left at this point is to say au revoir.
Don't forget to email us with your question.
Don't die in the heat wave.
Yeah, stay cool, everyone, and look after yourselves and each other.
We like the fun.
Production. Copyright.
Brought to you by the number 7.